What is up, guys? It is Coaster Watch here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys a new segment on the channel called Best Seats on Great Coasters. So I'm going to be going through a lot of roller coasters that I've ridden and explain my favorite seat on each and every one of them. And so a lot of my opinions on where to sit on a coaster are pretty different from the rest of the community. For me personally, if there's a certain seat on the ride that's rougher, but it's going to give more airtime and intensity than another seat that's smoother, I would rather take the rough seat. That is just me personally. But it's pretty self-explanatory, and I'm not going to be doing these too often. But I hope you guys enjoy this first segment. So let's get started off with Maverick at Cedar Point, and I prefer the back left seat by far. Back right is great too, but I've got most of my rides on back left. I'm pretty sure I got like 11 rides on back left. So, I don't think I don't really think the side actually matters, but I'm just going to say back left just for the fun of it. Front row was great too. Again, I love the wind in your face feeling. I love the hang time with those inversions. The hang time was great. I like the inversions a lot better in the front row, but personally for me, I love Maverick in the back row way more. The airtime on the drop is phenomenal. The airtime hills are phenomenal. The switchbacks are phenomenal. Everything just feels like you're getting pulled. There's a lot of elements that I did like in the front row better. I liked some of the airtime better in the front row. I liked some of the transitions even better, and I liked the launch better. But the back I just found to be a lot more intense. So now we're going to move on to another great coaster. This is Kraken at SeaWorld Orlando, and I like the front right edge seat for this one. Kraken is, it's a great floorless coaster. I'll just put it like that. I like it. Some people say it's pretty rough, but it's definitely not as rough as Rougarou at Cedar Point. But it's not as intense as Rougarou at Cedar Point, I'd even say. But Kraken's still a pretty forceful ride, pretty whippy. I do like the back row, but I do kind of have to sit in the middle seats in order to get an enjoyable ride on the back row. But if you do want a smoother ride and you want an edge seat, definitely try to aim for the front row, which the front row line sucks pretty bad on Kraken, which is actually really unfortunate because, Kraken's like a really great in the front row. I love it in the front row a lot. After a few experiences in the front row this year, I've actually moved it up quite a bit in my rankings, but Kraken in the front row, front right is definitely the way for me to go. Next up, we have Gatekeeper, and for me, my opinion on this one's a little bit weirder. I prefer the front right inside seat, and now I rode this on 3 separate occasions. I did back left outside, front right inside, and I also tried front left inside, but for me, the back right inside was way better because, first of all, the back outside was pretty rattly. Like, that was kind of a nasty rattle for a B&M. It wasn't unbearable at all. It wasn't as bad as the rattle that I found on, it's not even as bad as Kumba per se. It was just a little bit unnecessary. Then the front left, but the back left was pretty intense though. And then the front left had decent hang time, wasn't very forceful. It was okay, but then the front right inside was perfect. It was absolutely butter smooth. Maybe I just wasn't focusing on it, but it was just butter smooth. The hang time on the drop was insane. I even grayed out on a certain moment in the ride. It was forceful. All the 0G rolls and all of the rolls in the dive loop, everything was just so much hang time. I absolutely loved that front right inside. Definitely check out that seat. Check out some other seats too, but I definitely would recommend you check out that seat. And now we're going to be moving on to my favorite B&M invert, Montu at Busch Gardens, Tampa. That was a little bit of a spoiler, sorry. But this coaster, I love the back right seat. That is definitely the way to go on this coaster. I've never even ridden this coaster in the front row before because that back right seat is so powerful. At times, I want to say, if you ride Montu in the back right seat, I want to say that it's better than Kumba because it is so intense. And Montu itself is smooth, but seriously, that seat, you get so much whip throughout the entire ride. You get whip on the drop, you get whip through every single inversion. And I'm sure the middle seats are okay too. But I just feel like the left side isn't as powerful on Montu. Definitely back right seat is the absolute 100% way to go. And last but not least, we're going to end it out with one of my favorite wooden roller coasters, El Toro. Definitely row 17, which is the second to last row in the back, and it is absolutely phenomenal. I will say, though, if you're not into rough rides, you might not like the seat. It's not that rough. It's definitely not the roughest coaster that I've been on, like nowhere near that. But I will say it is pretty shaky, especially on some of the bank turns. It is pretty bad. However, the airtime is out of this world, guys. Like, seriously, the airtime on these hills are incredible. The drop, that is the best drop I've ever been on. It is just completely insane. Now, if you do ride on a wheel seat towards the back, it is a lot bumpier. So if you get that magic seat, you will just have a magical ride on El Toro. And that's all I have for this video, guys. So thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to smash that like button, post your comments on what you think about this video, and subscribe for more content. And give me some suggestions from anything from Florida, Six Flags Great Adventure, Dollywood, or Cedar Point. Suggest any coasters from there, and I'll be glad to include them in my next video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Peace out.